Dialogue with a terrorist group like the M23 is a red line that we will not cross.
The FDLR question has to be answered.
None of the two leaders at the center of one of Africa's longest conflict is willing to be the first to blink. To understand the context, it's necessary to return to the 90s. After the 1994 genocide against the Tutsis in Rwanda, most people fled to neighboring DRC, including Hutu fighters who perpetrated the genocide. In the DRC, they regrouped as the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda, that's FDLR. It's this group that's been in fighting with the M23 rebels for decades. M23 claims it's protecting the rights of the minority Congolese Tutsis in the DRC. Now, approximately 6 million people have been killed since 1998, while the UN says 7 million have been displaced internally. Efforts have been made by the regional and international community to end this crisis. In fact, in 2002, a peace deal was signed between then Congolese President Joseph Kabila and his counterpart Kagame. Kigali agreed to withdraw its troops from eastern Congo, while Kinshasa agreed to disarm the Hutu fighters in the region. But this conflict was carried on to successive governments. So in came the Nairobi process, launched in April 2022.
Let's have mercy on these people. Let's stop the war and start the dialogue. We cannot start with dialogue and then stop the war. No, we have to stop the war first and then begin the dialogue.
Then the Luanda process relaunched in early 2024.
The only way out is without a doubt to try to resolve this conflict around a negotiating table. That is what we are doing.
A permanent ceasefire was agreed between the two countries on July 30th, but was broken almost immediately after. A December 15th meeting did not happen after the parties failed to agree on the key issue, M23. Kagame was a no-show.
It wasn't the appearance there that was the most important thing. It was what was taking us there and how it is being addressed.
Wednesday's East African Community meeting to address the crisis in Goma urged the DRC to directly engage all stakeholders, including M23. But the DRC says that amounts to legitimizing actions that violate its laws. And while a solution remains elusive, an additional 500,000 people have been displaced since January. Kuria Kanja, TRT World.